An idea came to me years ago, and I never really realized how important it was until recently when we made this decision. I took in a great friend of mine, much younger guy than me. His name's Matt Bell. And I had taken him, I got him into motorcycles. He is this kind of wonderful dude, man, but he's a know-it-all kid, and he's got it all figured out. He's a beautiful guy, you know, and he was cocky that way, but deep down inside, he was hurt, and I saw it. He had panic attacks, and he had, you know, and Matt, I'm sorry if you're listening to this, buddy, but I'm just being honest, and I know you approve of that, man. You helped me stay honest in my life a lot, more than you know even. Matt was even suicidal at times, so he struggled. And so going into this motorcycle thing, he saw my pictures and all these adventures I've been doing since I was, you know, 18, basically. I have just crazy adventures, and the Moto one started about 15 years ago. But anyway, he wanted to be a part of it, got a KLR like mine, and man, we just tore around the woods forever and did all these crazy things. And we took our first little, like, Moto camping trip. Back then, well, even then, I wouldn't even call it adventure touring. It was still just camping on, hey, you want to go camping on the motorcycles and raise hell? That was it. So we went out. In the South, there's not a whole lot of public land, really, to camp on. So we found this farm. It had, like, a wooded area in the back, 100 acres or whatever. We're like, man, we'll just sneak in there and camp. And nobody's, no way. We kind of triangulated where the farmhouse owner was and all that. And so we thought we were good. So we're out there, setting up camp, just got our stuff kind of unloaded in 2 piles next to 2 bikes, and we hear an ATV. Whoop! 2 of them. You know, just coming down through the woods. I mean, about out of hell. And we're like, oh my God, game cameras, drones. What? No, at that time there weren't even drones yet. But we're freaking, because, I mean, y'all have seen movies of the South. Nobody plays. So we freak out. We're just chucking gear into the palmettos and the weeds and all this, and the bikes are thankfully like right by the edges of the trail. We just chuck our bikes. Have you ever seen I'm 140 pounds. I'm a little person. 140 pounds, 5'6". You ever seen a man pick up a KLR and throw it? I mean, it was like that, just into the woods. And so here we are, huddled down. He's on one side of the trail, I'm on the other. ATV's coming. He's looking at me. He's heaving. His breath is just, he looks like, you know, somebody had just cocked a gun against his forehead. Literally, he was that afraid. His eyes are bugging out of his head. I was afraid and I was pumped, but I was laughing. And because I knew something he didn't. And I didn't know he didn't know this. That's life. You know, don't go get yourself in stupid positions. That's not the point. Life happens, and you have to adapt. You have to just make it count. You know, what do? You do the truth. The guy pulls up. We tell him, hey, here's what we did, and we're sorry. And if you got to call the police, that's fine. Whatever has to happen, we understand. But he's probably not going to shoot us. And if he does, man, we died doing what we love for the truth and by the truth. So how wonderful is that? So I look at Matt, and because I knew that information, I'm 15 or 12 years older than Matt, and I look over and I said, Matt. And he's like, just petrified. I could just tell he couldn't even feel his head. He was so amped up. He looked over at me and he goes, what? And this look on his face, you know, it's just, oh, priceless. He was stuck in a car wreck or something. And I said, don't miss it. Don't miss it. And he was like, what? Don't miss what? And I'm like, the adventure, this is your life. This is an adventure. Don't miss it. And I wasn't trying to be the man on the mountain, you know, that he had climbed up to. I was being serious. And the look on his face, I'm telling you, it changed my life. It occurred to me he didn't know that, and that people don't know that. And man, I'm horrible at all kind of stuff, you know, but I'm good at a couple things like that, like of seeing and perceiving things like that. And so Matt, a smile went over his face. And it was beautiful. Like, I remember in that moment, I'm choking up now thinking about it. I saw a man change in a moment. And I'm telling you, the end of the story, he went on from that day within a couple months' time, and he was traveling around the world and has never stopped since that day. And he always calls and makes sure I know that I had something to do with it. And man, that matters. The amount of people that man has touched is phenomenal. And if you think about it, man, exponentially. So it's just worth it to lift your brothers and sisters, you know? And that's what we want to do. And man, check Matt out, the Matthew Bell. Look for him everywhere. And thanks, Matt. I know you'll probably watch this, so thank you. I'm about to set out on my adventure, and I'd probably be dead without you. So it matters. It matters. You know, I don't need your subscriptions. I don't need your follows. I don't need anything. What I need to do is to get happy again so that I can make sure that my children know what that means. They need to see the value, a value in life, greater than what they see. And I want to take them to go see that. Because part of my happy is knowing that I did everything I could for them. And did everything I could for everybody. Really, that's the heart of this thing. And you know, some people aren't made for that. Some people don't have servant's hearts. I'm like that. My wife and I are both that way, servant's hearts, and we serve people constantly. We love seeing people happy. And it's not a piss on your leg weakness. It's a joy. And so we get that out of it, you know. So and I'm saying we don't need your stuff. We don't need that, but man, we want it because it helps a lot. And we want to and we're going to document it all, whether you subscribe or not. And we just hope, man, that even if you never turn on the internet again or like us or whatever it is, go get your happy, I'm telling you. And I'm not desperate for your happiness. I'm desperate for the happiness that you will propagate, that you will perpetuate into your community. Because, man, look around this world. There's not a whole lot of happy. There's a whole lot of beautiful things on the TV, but to sell you something, you know. There's not. You go down the side streets. You know, I've been all over this country on motorcycles. For many years, every back road I've been through, every situation you can imagine. There's not an abundance of happiness. You know, there isn't. Because people are confused. How the hell is a guy with, you know, got pregnant out of high school and he doesn't have any education, he lives in a crappy little community, and he got his sweetheart pregnant and they can't afford anything, and all this horrible stuff's going on at work and everybody's getting laid off, and here his kids are, all they got's a TV, man. That's okay, we got a TV, get some entertainment, we get a little neurotransmitter spit of joy, serotonin, or whatever the heck it is. And all they're watching every time the commercials on is, you're a loser because you can't afford this. That machine has broken people down, and we just want to get out there and show people that there's something worth living for, and being happy is worth it, and it matters. And it matters to share it. It matters to share it. It matters to hit subscribe and hit follow, whatever it is, hit follow, and get the word out there, man. Let it be part of what you're doing. Never say the word story, Moto ADV. Don't ever do it if you don't ever do anything. But please, for the love of God, go out and inspire somebody to live. Please. I mean, it matters, man. Don't miss it. Don't go out that way. We don't have to.
Awesome. We got a little lost.
almost every billion other people in the world do it. It's a very rare opportunity that guys like us get, and some of us seize those opportunities and turn them into a lifestyle.